This is an experiment in discussing finger set. A lot of people really dog finger set, and it depends on how it's applied. The last conversation I had with Mr. Parker about finger set, what he hammered in my brain was it is not about linear blows that do a single thing, right? Each movement, if you change the path of action, changes the function. So usually in karate, you'll see guys doing this with their punches. They go punch down here and they rise up. They punch like this and they rise up. You go, how's that going to work? Don't you want to hammer the nail straight in this way? And that was something Mr. Parker would talk about with changing the height and elevation of these blows so that you were driving attack. This straight into finger set. So people started doing the same corkscrew method with finger set that comes out of the straight punch from karate. And something was in our conversation is seeing Kung Fu, and this reminded me looking at the Gary Lee thing, these different hand positions, the way they interlock and interchange, right? So we have this motion before finger set instead of a corkscrew motion. It's still a four-finger thrust in the front, right? It's still a front spear hand, or horizontal spear hand. But we're taking a slightly different application that lets us, this becomes a block. If I move it just slightly to the midline and then come off, right? So instead of going corkscrew to the head, I go like this. Here's my block. Look familiar, right? You see this in Wing Chun, we see a lot of Kung Fu systems, and then I spear. And I still have that, and in that one thing, the fight's over. If I go like this, I take that piece out of his block and then keep that motion ricocheting and take that spear hand to the eyes, there's no more combat. One move, the thing's done. So in a Kempo combat situation, we shouldn't see 10, 15 minutes of people banging on each other. I want to see people practicing that in Kempo. I go, you guys, you're doing it wrong. It's not supposed to work that way. It's supposed to be, we're done. This conversation just ended, right? Two-hand choke. We see this all the Kempo. If we do a corkscrew, there's not a solution. If we come to this position first and then deliver from here, it changes all of the dynamic. So, see with the finger whips. We'll see the finger whip and Kempo. The guys are going like this. And this is one big continuous limpy. The half crane position is this, right? If this is the full crane, half crane, the finger and thumb don't touch. These are stiff. It's a little bit like two dragons fighting the pearl, but it's more straight poke. I can do a push-up off this up a half crane. So when I'm coming from here, I go spear hand whip. In this moment, I freeze. I'm tight. I'm in a half crane position. So I'm going out limp, out limp, out limp, out limp, unfolding, unfolding, tight now. Stick those fingers in the eye, tickle the back of the skull, recoil back to the crane position. Pow! If I do that quickly, I have a finger whip. But it's not a limpy to the eyeball. It's I'm going to lay this on the cheekbone. I've found my cue, my point. I've got this thing sitting on the cheekbone. Now here like this. Let's stiffen up and rotate and pierce and come back. That's one fight over. This, the wrist coming to this position is a block. If I want to make it an inward block, I can come here, right? I've done an inward wrist block against a straight attack. I've knocked it offline and gone in for the eye. If I want to make an outward block, I come to the position we see in finger set, right? I get a, whoa, I'm getting a punch coming, bang! I'm not getting punched anymore. If I shoot forward with it, if I come from my quick draw position, I go forward, I've even shortened the distance into my strike, and what I've done is in one move, blocked and struck and ended the fight, right? We do the same thing groin, same thing inwards, same thing outward. There's all these different hand positions and patterns, but they're all ultimately a single shot that ends the fight. Think about this about the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu shoot, right? We're looking for things that have 1, 2, 3, hi-ya, bang, whatever the hell, and they're really cool, they're really awesome. But what if we just look for that one-shot solution? What if we just look for the underhand palm heel rake that's in finger set, where we crack on the nose and rake the eyes? We can do that from a shoot. We can do that from a shoot. The two-finger hooks that we see at the end of the form, right? It's a fish hook to the eye. Guy shoots on you. Sink these things in. Be really vicious about it. Catch them on the way and don't try to the guy. Dig in like that. Just keep grinding until you can feel gray matter. If you can't feel gray matter, you're not done yet. And you're having a different experience. Revisit finger set with the idea that it's not a drill, it's a block, and then a strike from point of origin to point of contact. This is my point of origin from the block. Then I go to my point of contact, right? Finger whips, lay it on top of the guy's cheekbone. Right there. That's what move 1 is. Block the punch, lay the finger on his cheekbone. If he still wants to fight, extend, right? And go into that half crane position, good solid poke. So I know.